Manchester United have made some superb signings this summer. No one can argue against that. Cunha and Mbeumo and Sesko have basically overhauled our attack. It's exciting. I love the strategy. However, there's a big elephant in the room that is yet to be addressed, and honestly, I do think it needs to be fixed this summer. United and Amorim can't afford not to, if you ask me. Let me explain. And subscribe if you're new for daily United videos. Now, where was I? We have had a cracking summer in terms of the three signings that we made. We've made no sales, though. Not so cracking. A lot needs to be done in these last 2 weeks, and I think if United fans could wave a magic wand, we go and sign Mbeumo, and we probably go and sign, well, some of you would say Donnarumma, but a new number one. Unlikely that either of those two things happen, but I want to talk about the goalkeeper in particular in this video, all right? You can let me know what you think in the comments. I'll dive straight into it. And you let me know, right? If you could only choose one signing, would you choose a goalkeeper or would you choose a midfielder? I think that's kind of up for debate. Because United, we know, went after Mbeumo. It was an ambitious move. I think it was bringing forward a plan for next summer and funds for next summer because it would be a market opportunity to go after a player where there is no competition for him. We go after Mbeumo next summer. We're going to seriously face some competition for him. And United are now sat in a position where they're deciding, do we go after an alternative, maybe a stopgap, maybe someone just in between, and then we go back after Mbeumo next summer? Or do we just wait to sign Mbeumo? That's what United are doing with the midfielder. And they may well sign someone as a stopgap. But with goalkeepers, right? When it comes to midfield, I think there's a possibility this season that I might get surprised by United's midfield. Casemiro might be better. Mainu, I'm not sure what's really going on with Mainu. But Mainu coming through, Ugarte. I think there's more likeliness and chances of me being surprised, pleasantly surprised, by United's midfield being better than it is. Of course, we'll fall down against the likes of City and Liverpool, but we know that right at the very top you will. But it might be enough to get us through the season. I don't think I'm going to be surprised by United's goalkeepers. That's the thing, right? We're hearing reports that United aren't prioritising the goalkeeper position. And look, when it comes to Onana, I think without this injury, I think we probably would have moved him on earlier this summer. But we know that he's missed the whole pre-season so far. He was left out of the squad against Arsenal completely. Bayindir started that game, and I'll speak about Bayindir next. Now, I think the fact that he was left out was actually the right call, and it was probably more to do with the fact that he hadn't played pre-season and he'd only had 3 training sessions. However, doesn't exactly... No, I think it is just the fact that he's not trained. But I want to speak about Bayindir. I'll go back to Onana in a minute. Bayindir. In that game against Arsenal, Bayindir didn't do anything new. I went into this season full of trepidation and fear about both our goalkeepers. One who hasn't trained or played a minute for us so far, or he's trained 3 times, and then the other with Bayindir, who made the same mistake against Arsenal that he's made before. Oh, was he fouled? You could argue if you want. I don't think he was. It's going to happen every game. Every single game Bayindir is in goal for Manchester United. Put corners directly on the goalkeeper, nudge him because the ref won't really do anything. Probably 5 out of 10 will score. An easy go-to play card against United. We have a problem with goalkeepers. And I don't personally feel that United can afford to go into this season without signing a new goalkeeper. Now, the rumours around Donnarumma, I don't really think they ever properly materialised. I think City ended up having conversations with him about a potential replacement for Ederson. But Donnarumma, and you can add Diogo Costa into that, because I consider him a first-choice goalkeeper. I don't think United really can bring in Donnarumma or Diogo Costa or any other first-choice goalkeeper unless Onana moves on. And I think this pretty much ruled out United finding a new club for Onana early on this window. So then we're kind of stuck in a position where, as it stands, is from The Athletic, United's pursuit for a new number one is not on the cards. United are not looking for somebody to come in and challenge Onana in terms of being an established, ready-made, first-choice goalkeeper. And it's why just the idea of sending them on, for me, it aligns. It really does. Hey, look, Tom Heaton could come in. If there's going to be a surprise, maybe it'll be Tom Heaton getting the opportunity, coming in and actually being a better goalkeeper than we... And to be... Bayindir's distribution was actually really damn good against Arsenal. But it doesn't matter if you're punching the ball into the back of your own net. Any good pass you play through the middle, through the gaps to Bruno, and anything you did over the top, doesn't matter. You slapped the ball and you completely missed it, and we lost 1-0 because of that goal. I just feel there's more for United to lose in terms of sticking with these 3 goalkeepers than there is with United deciding we're going to go with the midfield that we've got this season and then just save ourselves for Mbeumo next summer. Now, there is no guarantee that we get Mbeumo next summer, by the way. But if I was to choose one of them, and it kind of feels like we're at a position where we've got to choose. It was only a few weeks ago we were all really hopeful of both happening, and United actually going after Mbeumo was awesome. But Sendemons is somebody, look, is he the perfect goalkeeper? United's scouting department and data department will choose that. Not me. We did our video a while ago. You know who the goalkeeper we wanted was? Jean Garcia. He went to PSG. We mentioned Lucas Chevalier. He's gone... No, sorry. Jean Garcia's gone to Barca. Lucas Chevalier, he's now gone to PSG. And now Donnarumma's being forced out. Sendemons was on our list. I think of 4 or 5 goalkeepers we talked about. He's had 1 breakthrough season at Royal Antwerp. He would cost somewhere in the region of 15 to 20 million pounds. His numbers in his breakthrough season were extremely impressive, and he would come into the club as a number 2 goalkeeper, but only for around 15 to 20 mil. His wages would be very, very manageable. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. We're not going to get stuck with him. But right now, it feels like we're stuck with 2 goalkeepers. Tom Heaton is given, I think, 1-year extension. The club, he's part of the leadership team. Ruben Amorim loves having him around. Bayindir is just not good enough. And it's not me being an arsehole. It's just me being reflective of what I've seen. I've seen enough to make a pretty fair judgment on a player that I don't think is good enough to be United's number 1. Doesn't fill me with confidence, let alone what the players feel. And the same goes for Onana. And in the same way that I've sort of made my mind up over Højlund after 2 seasons, I've made my mind up on Onana after 2 seasons. I think if he didn't get that injury, I think we would have moved him on. But I do not think that United can go into this season with those 3 goalkeepers as our choices. I think we're going to be dropping too many points. In the first game, we already dropped 2 as a consequence. You can come at me and say, oh, so hold on, Sam. We dropped 2 points in that game because our strikers weren't clinical enough. And you got a semi-argument there. But the 1 goal we conceded was because he slapped it into his own net. And that sort of foul and that challenge is going to happen all season in the Premier League. It's a weakness. It's a vulnerability that other teams can exploit. And I just think it's one that United cannot afford to go into the season without sorting. So if that means signing someone like Sendemons, who comes in as a number 2 and then challenges for Onana across the course of the season, then I think that's the right choice. But I know what the wrong choice is. Not doing anything. So United are going to have to find a way, I think, of making something happen. Now, it's not to say that it's guaranteed to solve our problems, but not doing anything will definitely not solve them.